Okay, for this cook, what you see is I took the shelves out. I went down to Lowe's or Home Depot, your choice, and I bought a 3/8 by 2 foot, 24-inch rebar. And what I'm going to do is stick it in here, like so. So now I have a hanging rack. And then I have my gateway meat hangers. I can put on there like that. So what I will tell you is on the smaller Pitbosses, they don't have these adjustable racks. They have it built into the frame, so that may not work. But what you could do is the shelf itself, you could probably, let's just see, put it on the top and then hang meat like that up there off the shelf. You don't have to do the rebar trick. But this way I could like put more in there. I actually picked up 2 of those rebars and cut them down to fit inside those shelf brackets as my support. Alrighty, there you go. Hanging meat. Okay, what I have here is a 3.5 pound pork shoulder that I picked up at the grocery store, and then I laid it on some parchment paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it into 3 even strips here. See how this works out. Alright. There's 3 even strips. And we'll get it in our bag, and then we'll add our marinade. For our sauce, we want 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of Hoisin sauce. Put this in there. 1/4 cup. About like that. You can get a little more. All that good. 1/4 cup of honey. Oops, sorry about this. Put that on there. 1/4 cup. I'm eyeballing all this. So. Say about like that. Then we want 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. That's about 1. Something like that. Call that 2. And then 1 tablespoon of regular soy sauce. Now you don't want to use dark because then it'll be too salty. So something like that. Then you want a teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice. Let me see here. So a teaspoon or so of this. Like so. That smells good. And then you want a teaspoon of some kind of, a tablespoon of some kind of oil. I'm going to use peanut oil. I'll just put that in there. Remember, these are all rough measurements. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of mirin. Some of this stuff you'll have to find in the Chinese aisle of the grocery store. So a teaspoon of this. And then the last thing, and this is totally optional, is you want to put in a couple teaspoons of red food coloring. This is just going to add color to it. So let's do this. And then we'll whisk it all together here. Oh yeah. It's all whisked up here. Now, you may want to add a little bit of water to kind of thin it down here. So I'm going to get a little bit of water. Cold water is best. We'll add about a tablespoon of water to it. Oh yeah, see, that helped it out a lot. Kind of gives it a nice smooth consistency. So now what we'll do is we'll pour this in with our pork shoulder and work our shoulders around and let it sit in the marinade now for, I'm probably going to go 2 hours. You can go 2 hours to, overnight, just depending on how you want to do it. You know me, I like to sample everything. So, it's got a nice sweet flavor to it. Really not salty at all. All right, let's pour this in the bag here. Don't make it too much of a mess. Okay, here I poured the marinade in with my pork shoulders, and I'm just working it onto it. Looks really, really good. Look at that. Now we'll refrigerate it for a couple hours, and we'll take it out to the smoker. So for this cook, we're going to be running the iGrill 2 along with the Pitboss probes. We'll open it up here. So I just have them all sitting there. We're going to hang these pork shoulder strips. I've got an extra rack just in case they fall off the hangers. Got my water pan full this time. I have one probe that I'm going to monitor the temperature with, and then I have 3 more that I'm going to stick in the meat. So let's go ahead and fire this puppy up. So just turn that down out of the way. Power it on. We're in the smoke mode. Fan comes on. Let her get up to temp. Let's go get the meat while this is coming up to temp and gets the smoke rolling. Using Pitboss competition premium pellets on this. Okay, so we've got the smoke rolling. We kick it up to 275, and let it come up to temp. Close the door. Let it come up to temp, and then we'll hang our meat. We're going to run it at 275. We're going to go until the meat temp is like 165, and then we'll pull it. Okay, the smoker's up to temp. Let's get our hanging meat in here. Now I want to stick the probes in. See if I can do this without getting burnt. Yeah, that one there is a little warm. Come back to us. So we'll put the Pitboss one in the middle one, and the 2 iGrills on the outsides, the middle, and the 2 outsides. And let's see, our pit temp is in number 4 from the iGrill. So let's get her closed up. take a quick look in through the glass. There's our hanging meat. Let's see what we're running at. Set at 275. Right now we're at 265. Meat probes say they're 62. That's on the 156 is what the Weber iGrill says that the smoker's at. So we'll see. Okay, we're 1 hour in. You can see that it says the probe is running at 275. That is the smoker temp. Come over here. See that or not? Set at 275. It's running at 275. It says the meat probe is at 141 on that one. The iGrill. We got 105 and 120. Sorry if the sun is reflecting, you can see. And it looks like in there hanging. Everything's coming along just beautifully. The temp is holding right where I want it. No issues whatsoever. Now it says it's dropped down to 265 on there. So 1 hour in. We'll continue on. Okay, so our meat temp is up to 170. We're going to pull them off, we're going to glaze them, and we're going to put them back on and just try to get that glaze to set. So, there's our pork. More glaze here. Setting up nicely on it. Hooks are holding on to it very well. Okay, everything's running good. What we're going to do is we're going to crank up the heat on this and try to get a nice char on that sauce. So right now we're at 275. We're going to go ahead and crank it all the way up as high as it'll go at 400. I guess that's not the highest. We're going to set it at 400 and we're going to let this thing cook. Get us a nice char on those. Should be about 15 minutes or so, hopefully. Probably more like a half hour. But here we go. Rolling smoke. Okay, these are done. Time to pull them. Gloves on here. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Got the char on them that I wanted. Oh, that's perfect. Now we'll just let the grill come down in temp. Start shutting her down. Okay, here's our barbecued pork that we hung. Let's cut into one of these and see what we got. That's delicious. Let's just cut ourselves a little bite here. All right, our barbecued pork. Wow. That is really good. This is going to be awesome. Oh, I can't wait to get into this. Well, so what I did is made those hanging racks. I hung it. Started out smoking it at 275. After I marinated, you saw the marinade. That was on there for about 2.5 hours. When it finally hit 180 through, I kicked it up to 400 on the grill just to kind of char it up. And it's beautiful. That took about 20 minutes. So we're gonna get some rice and get a thumbnail picture taken, and we'll tear this up. Okay, here's it all plated up. Also got some for barbecue pork. This is good at the barbecue restaurants, or Chinese restaurants. So we'll try that with the hot mustard. Okay, tonight we are enjoying a hoppy Pilsner from 10 Barrel Brewing Company out of Bend, Oregon. Cheers. Oh, that's pretty good. I put a slice of orange in it, and that's really good. All right, let's try this barbecue pork with the hot mustard. Get some hot mustard on it. Yep, let's try it. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely the flavor I was looking for. That 5-spice, Chinese 5-spice, you know, I don't know. It's got a sweet flavor to it. I can taste ginger in it. It's really, really good. Let's try that again. There's the hot mustard. Not up the nostrils. Not up the nostrils. Alright. Anyway, grill on. Cheers, everybody. It's really good. Oh, damn. Gotta dig